Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
BioArtha aims to make the country self-reliant in the field of biosciences by indigenously manufacturing the bioreagents which can be widely used in diagnosis, basic research and also biopharmaceuticals. Let's find out all about it.
We were basically researchers and we have been in research field for more than 15 years, and we felt that most of our Indian research market is dependent on foreign nationals to provide the reagents, and more than 95% of the reagents are imported. So we felt that there should be some kind of a democratization, and Indian bioeconomy is projected to grow up to $150 billion by 2025. So we thought if India has to reach that, and India has to reach 5 trillion economy that our Prime Minister is envisioning, we need to have some kind of self-reliance in biofield also. So that is where we started envisioning that we should be able to make most of the reagent in India, which is related to life sciences and biosciences. So with that vision, we started manufacturing bioreagents, especially in 4 fields. That is recombinant proteins and enzyme, which is widely used in diagnostics and also in basic research and also in biopharmaceuticals. And we also started manufacturing cell culture media, both powder and liquid media, which is widely used across the biomanufacturing, in mAb manufacturing or in diagnostics and all across life sciences. The other field which we picked up during COVID was into nanoparticles. We manufacture wide array of magnetic nanoparticle like silicon magnetic nanoparticles, conjugated nanoparticles and gold nanoparticles, silver nanoparticles, quantum dots. So we have a wide array of nanoparticles which have wide range of application in therapy, especially in cancer treatments, in diagnostics and also in basic sciences. So other main product portfolio that we developed during the course of last 3 years is chromatography resin. See, Indian bioeconomy is projected to be the next hub for biosimilars. So, but all the raw materials which is used in biosimilars manufacturing is imported. Either it is right now it is from China, or earlier it is mostly from European and American nations. One of the main component of biosimilar manufacturing is resins. So what you see here is a protein A resin. We have other resins. We will be the first one in India to manufacture wide range of resins, chromatography resins, which is used to purify antibodies and proteins. First time in India with a wide range of application and wide portfolio. So that is our 4th portfolio that we are bringing up through BioArtha Labs. And we are ably supported by IIT Jyoti in our endeavors, and they have given us a lot of mentorship, financial support initially through Startup India Seed Fund, and we are very thankful for IIT Jyoti for helping us in our endeavor. The first challenge, as you rightly said, in biotech space is the longer turnaround time. The gestation period is almost 5 years, because any product development is just not the product development, it takes some time for regulatory clearance and all those things. So we were lucky enough, we made a conscious decision in the start not to get into initially the regulated market. We wanted to get into free for market, like free to use or research only use kind of a reagent market. So that is why we were able to start marketing from the day one. Some of the products we started marketing from the day one. So any manufacturer or biotech related company goes through this phase of product development phase, which takes anywhere around 3 to 5 years, and the regulatory clearance, which takes depends on the criticality of the material, somewhere around 2 years to 5 years. It depends on sector to sector, product to product, and depends on what is the regulatory criteria that is there. And the other main problem associated with bio related startups is the amount of investment that goes into setting up, because it is highly capital driven, because the equipments are costly. All the equipment that goes in for capital requirement are costly, and it takes up a lot of investment to set up a decent facility. So that is going to be a challenge for any newcomer into the field, because the input cost for equipment and the facility is higher. Apart from that, the maintenance of the facility, say if you have a GMP facility, the maintenance cost is also going to be the main criteria, because it is going to be a running cost apart from the manpower and other costs. So biotech industry by itself has a higher capital investment for this thing. One is that. The other is the regulatory requirement. We come from research field, so it took some time for us to understand the regulatory aspect, regulatory landscape of biomanufacturing. So it's a slightly longer learning curve for us coming from a research background. So that if it can be, if there is some kind of help for those kind of regulatory aspects, the turnaround time can be reduced, because we can implement this in our product development space only. So that's something which we feel that every biomanufacturing company should be aware of, especially the regulator. So there is always a saying that regular science is different from regulatory science. So that's something should be inculcated during the setup of a company. Especially in biosector, you should talk to people. Try to talk to people who are already in the field, because it's not only technology, it's not only regulatory, there are many things in between. First thing is try to understand the process, okay, what is requirements for setting up things. There are many things, not only product development, not only high-end research, it's how you take a product from lab to the end user, because that's product development. Yes, it takes good amount of time, but at the same time it takes good amount of time from the product development to reach to the market. So do a good amount of not only basic research related to science, but also to know more about how you take a product to the market. One is that, and try to be aware before coming into the field. Try to be aware that you should be ready to invest in equipments. There is going to be uphill task to drive capital for biomanufacturing. That is something you should be conscious. And innovation is the key, because we are in a phase in India or in the world that you have to do innovation. Innovation has to be the first thing, but beyond that, you should be aware of the regulatory requirement. And I think we have, especially in Bangalore and Hyderabad in the southern part, we have a very good hub for biomanufacturers. Like most of them are into biotech space, and we good mentorship. The only thing is we need to talk. That is the only criteria. We should talk to each other, try to understand, because I think we were fortunate enough to have mentors all around the biotech space who were ready to give our advices. So we incorporated in 2020, at the end of 2020, and we are in our third year, because 2020 is December, so we incorporated. So we are in the third year of our journey. Initially, for all these years, the vision was into setting up ourselves into biomanufacturing space. As I told earlier, we pivoted in the initial stage because we understood that the capital requirements are very high. So that is where we pivoted. We started focusing on generation of cash, basically revenue generation. So that is where we wanted to end into retail market and B2B, try to understand where we can sell our products, which doesn't have much regulatory requirement. So that is where we started. That is where most of our product folio falls into, like reagents, life science reagents, cell culture media, resins and all. So going forward, by the second quarter of 2025, we would like to get into regulated market. So that is where we are into now. We're in the process of getting regulatory clearances from CDSCO. We are getting certifications from ISO 13485 and all, because this is kind of a requirement for us. So we will be getting into regulated space of biomanufacturing in second quarter of 2025. And our vision is to move from reagent market to biosimilar markets. So that is where we are setting up technologies for different maps, different biomolecules which will be used in biomanufacturing, biopolymers. Okay, so that is something which we are actively working on, and we are invested in that. So, and we are also interested in waste to wealth kind of cycle. So we have an envision to start raw materials for bioplastics, things like that. So that is something which we are actively working on. Basically, it is what we feel is companies like us. There is a saying in Kannada or in tradition, like alilusive. Alilusive means the squirrel's job. So we are doing something kind of a squirrel's job. It may not be much, but this, if everybody picks up, it's going to be a substantial thing for the bioeconomy. And we are passionate about developing products in India, and we are very confident about the future of India. So we are very bullish on that, and we are fortunate enough to have our people, my colleagues, to get onto the journey with us. So we are very fortunate in that. So there is a shared dream among us. So we would like to reach where we can say something like we have done something for the country and for ourselves. So it's both for the country and ourselves. And we share our team. We have a team of 14 people right now in R&D and technical service. We share a common dream. We want to do well for the country. We are very invested in our products, and whatever can be done from us. It can be a small thing, try to replace some reagent, some raw material that is imported, whatever we can do for the next. So we are taking all our goals in 2 years segment. So whatever can be done, we are very driven in that respect, and we are ready for the journey going forward. And I think we have a very good support team. So we just want to put the accelerator on and move forward.